Hi, I'm Roma from Beauty to Go. I am filming today from the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. We are getting close to the holiday season and I thought we would want to talk about highlights and glow and shimmer and these makeup products that we all use or would like to use but we're not totally sure how to use them, when to use them, how much to use them, how to apply them. We're going to talk about all of that today, so we'll get you holiday season ready. Now, before you apply any foundation, you can actually apply an illuminator as a base, or you can add an illuminator to your foundation. So for example, I have Smashbox Halo. There's lots of illuminators that you could buy at various price points. They could be in your cream. You can apply it as a base before you put on your foundation. Or if you really want to add a lot of luster, you can actually put a squirt of this right into your foundation when you're mixing them before you apply, which is what I've done today to add a little bit of luminescence to my face. Why do we as aging women want a luminescent face? Why do we want this dewy look? I mean, we're of a certain age. This doesn't make sense. Or perhaps we grew up where we were always powdering our face and maybe we have oily skin and you thought, well, I don't want shine, I want the opposite of shine. So the reason that we as aging women want to have luminescent products is because as we age, our skin begins to lose that collagen, that elasticity, and the skin itself begins to thicken a little bit. So we're not as plump and our skin is thicker. And what can happen is it can get rougher, the texture can be rougher on our skin, and it can be a lot duller. So today we're going to talk about how to apply radiance for the day. Another video we're going to talk about some longer term solutions to help to deal with some of our duller skin, but today it's radiance for the day. So let's go ahead. Again, I've already added an illuminator to my foundation. You could wear this as a base, you could add it to your foundation. So I've already got that part going. And then we're going to get into the next part where we're dealing with highlight powders and shimmers and glimmers and everything. Where does it go? How do we put it on? Okay, so a lot of you will be familiar with highlighting as a powder. So I'm going to show you, I've got a mini travel highlight powder. This is what my highlight powder looks like. Keep in mind that highlighters come in a variety of tones. So this particular one, as you can see, is quite a warm tone. It's quite gold looking. There's other ones that have a pink undertone. There's some that have a bit more of a silver undertone. So when you are looking at buying one of these products, consider what your skin type is. Is your skin type warm? Is it cool? Is it neutral? What colors naturally fit well on you? If you're not sure your skin tone, a really quick and easy test is to take a look at the veins inside your arms here, any veins that are really obvious. If those veins have a bluey purple tinge to them, most likely your skin is cool. And if they have a greeny blue color to them, most likely your skin is warm. So keep that in mind when you're buying your highlighter. Pick one that matches your skin type. So I'm not going to wear a silver because it might look a little bit harsh on my warm skin, and vice versa. So we're going to put this highlighter on. Now typically I would put this on after blush, but I wanted to show you a tip. For those of you who aren't really comfortable putting this on or are worried because you've seen kind of the highlight stripe and you think, oh, that looks so tacky. Let's work with that today. So the brush that I'm using, it's a fan brush and it's very fine. You'll see that it's very fine. I would suggest when working with a highlighting powder, not a thick or large brush. So something small you could use. This was a really affordable, something I found in Target. But again, just something very light, not thick would be a great way to start. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dip it in here. And what the shape that I'm going for is V. So I'm doing a V. Okay, this is the old style. And I don't want to go past this mid-eye section. I just want to go to about a third of the way down my eye. So I'm going to go like this and I'm going to go like this. And you might not see it, and that's okay. We don't need to see it. So We're gonna try this again. We're gonna do a V at the top of the cheekbone and a V where the eyebrow ends. So we're going to V here and we're going to V this way. Again, only to that mid-eye section. Otherwise it starts to pull down and the highlight becomes very unnatural. So only to that mid-eye area or even a third of the eye area. And we're really just lifting this. Really softly, we're just lifting this. So now we're still gonna put our blush on because we haven't done that yet. So a nice way, if you're worried about the thickness of your highlight line and you don't wanna have a chunky line, is to actually put the highlight on beforehand and then put your blush on, because it will actually blend it even that much more. So we're gonna do that today. Again, my blush product is a little bit illuminating. It will give me, again, a bit of a glow. It's got a bit of a shimmer to it. It is a blush product, but it's a bit glowy. Now let's talk about where do you apply highlighter. So back in the old films, the 40s and the 50s, they used to use this trick before we all knew about it. And they want to place it on the cheekbone here, okay? So they're going to, on the cheekbone, so above the dent and above the fullness. So in this case, my fullness is here. So I'm going to go above that fullness to here. I'm not going to apply my highlighter here because it will just make it look fuller, which is not what we're going for. So I'm going to apply it above the fullest part, so that top of that cheekbone, and then I'm going to apply it, I'm doing another V this way, so I'm going to go from the eyebrow, that mid eyebrow down. So we're going towards really the temple. So we're going to go this way and we're going to go this way. So this is where we apply our highlighter, and I'll just show that to you. So we're going to apply above the cheek, and we're going to apply just from the end of the eyebrow. So we don't want to go past this midsection of the eye. We only want the highlighter to go almost to that midsection and almost to that midsection of the eyebrow. So that's kind of our point of stop, is when we get to that midsection. So that's how we know. Now highlighter, if you are on a holiday or I've got a fancy event or a dinner out or something special and you just want a little bit of extra zazz, I'm going to show you some places where you might naturally want to put highlighter as well. One of them, and this one I tend to use my fingertip for this one, is we're going to put it in the Cupid's bow, which is right here. And I'm just going to place it along here. And all of a sudden you'll just see that my lips look more defined. So you can put it in your Cupid's bow. You can do this on a regular office day. This isn't anything extraordinary. Some people, again, careful with the quantity, you can place it on the bridge of your nose. So you want to go from the start of the bridge to about the halfway point. If you go all the way down to where it begins to round, that section is going to look very bulbous. So you have to be very careful with this and very light hand, because you don't want to look like you have a stripe. So again, we're just going to gently go here. And the reason being is it brightens up that line in the middle of our face and just adds a bit of pop, but it's very subtle. We don't want to have a strong line. For those of you who are on vacation or wanting just a little bit of extra pop, you can lightly dust in, I would say, above the eyebrows, below the forehead, kind of this area. I would just lightly dust it. Again, we've done the top of those cheekbones. And that's probably all the places on a regular basis that I would apply a highlighting product. Now there's lots of other ways to get shimmer and shine and glow in our products. So we're going to be trying them all today, and I'm going to be showing you what I use and how I use it. Another great product to add that bit of dewiness, that youthfulness to our face would be a lip gloss. So in this case, I have a mini travel size lip gloss. It doesn't matter if it's colored, if it's sheer. In this case, I have already tattooed my lipstick, so I don't need to add any lipstick. So in my case, I'm just gonna add a clear gloss. If you want a shimmery gloss. Now, you don't want to gloss the whole lip. You want to gloss essentially the middle third. So we're essentially glossing from this point to this point. So from that mid lip to mid lip, that's where we're glossing. If you gloss the whole thing, it can look messy and overdone. So we're just really glossing in the middle. So I'm gonna put a little squeeze here, and I'm gonna put a little squeeze here. And that's about it. That'll be enough gloss for the effect of, you want that shine in that middle, so it gives you that shininess and it gives you a dewiness, but it's not over the top. Now, for those of you who are getting ready for holidays and you want something that's gonna make you look beautiful, maybe you've got some parties to go to, maybe you're wearing a nice dress, and you want to add a little bit of shimmer to your face. Now, let's be really clear. There's a difference between shimmer and sparkle. So sparkle, it can easily be applied. Shimmer is a bit more, you'd have to be a bit more careful. When we look at things like a shimmer powder as an eyeshadow, on aging skin, a lot of times if you have crepey skin in your eyes, or if you have pulling or anything like that, putting on a shimmer color is going to just enunciate all those lines and things like that. So here's a great trick to stay away from shimmer colors, but still have a lot of glitter. So I'm showing you a couple of products that I have. This one is from Urban Decay. It is called Moon Dust. It comes in a few colors, but it comes in a really pale goldy color. Again, I have warm toned skin. Or I have a very glittery and slightly broken eyeshadow. So today we're just going to show you the difference between the two. Now when applying, really this is glitter, not shimmer eyeshadow. So when applying a glitter product, keep in mind you may have fallout, and fallout means it literally just falls out onto your cheeks. So you want to make sure you're applying it carefully. I find applying glitter, because glitter can have bigger pieces, I find applying it with my finger works the best. Using a brush, it can kind of go everywhere and you'll get a lot more fallout. So in this case, what I've done is I've applied it to my finger, and you can see it's quite shiny. And I will just gently pat that in around my eye. If I want a little more up in the crease, I can gently apply a little more up in the crease. Now, for those of you who are wondering, so this is what that looks like. For those of you who are wondering, well, am I going to apply a highlight here? So part of that was accomplished already when we used our brush and we went this way. We applied a very light highlight there. If you find you need more pop, you might actually want a shimmery, white, light, bright cream color that is in your palette, and you actually apply it there. Just be aware that sometimes it can look a little heavy. So whether it's a shimmer color or even a matte, but it's bright, it can still lift this area. Again, any area that is roughly textured or highly lined, putting in anything shimmery or light or bright is going to enunciate that. So we don't want to do that. Now I'm going to show you my very broken MAC product. So this is also a glitter eyeshadow. So I'm just going to gently apply that on my eyes. And then the finished look is like this. So it just adds that pop of shimmer that you can enjoy a nice night out. Now, something else I've come across for you ladies who don't necessarily want a lot of shimmer, but maybe you've got something jazzy to go to and you're a bit worried about stuff falling or having glitter everywhere. Nobody wants that experience. I found a new product recently. This is an Urban Decay product. It's called Moon Dust. So it's similar to the dry product that we use, but it's in a liquid form. So you might be thinking, when would I ever use a liquid? Well, I'm going to show you. So today we're going to put it in the corners of our eyelid. So I'm just going to pop a little bit here. And I'm going to pop a little bit here, just to brighten that up. So some people use an actual lighter color pencil or a highlighter, but I've discovered this is a really fun way when dealing with glitter to just apply just that corner area. That's all we're doing is that corner area. We're just applying a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of glimmer, a little bit of zazz. And all of a sudden we've opened up the area. So lightening and brightening that corner of the eye can really help open our eyes, open our face. So these highlighting and shimmer and glimmer products can all lift and youthify our face. Using glitter products, using illuminating products, using radiant products can all help to give our skin a luminescence that maybe it's lacking, and it can help us to feel a bit fresher in our day. So hopefully these tips have helped you, and I'll just show you quickly. So we've got our glitter here. We've got a little bit of extra glitter liner in here. We've put our highlighter just in here. And again, the Cupid's bow, we've done a little bit. We've just done a slight swipe up above the forehead, above the eyebrows, below the forehead. Again, that we didn't add more product. We just simply used what we had on the brush. And that's about all we have, but we have sort of this nice, glowy, youthful look. So that is where you would want to apply your glow and how much to use and what kinds and what colors. I hope that's helped you. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.